Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. Now, in today's episode, what I'd like to do is get Booty here on another adventure so we can finally throw him over the hump, get him into level 3 range. I'd originally said like it would make the most sense to send him out with level 4 guys so that they can kind of pick up the slack for him. Of course, what I wasn't thinking about at the time, although I'm sure some of you probably have already noticed, is that Facamp and Rue will very much refuse to go out with him because they are religious. So that's not quite going to work out the way I originally planned for it to, but it will be okay. One other thing I did notice, Riviera here, she finally got her awesome little accent marked E is displaying properly along the side. So I don't remember that being in the patch notes, but I did tweet something to the devs. You know, maybe they noticed it on their own. Maybe I somehow helped craft the game in early access, like I would like to believe. Either way, it is now taken care of. So as we pop into the estate map, I think this veteran mission, it's just a short mission, makes the most sense, so we could just kind of get him over the hump. And then it is our only short, so that kind of means the ruins for us. We should be pretty okay with this lineup. With a solid frontline unit, Racent here has got like Iron Swan. We should be able to hit in the back. He's totally okay from the second spot. Huh, that's weird. I'm noticing like as you right click here, it doesn't work until you get like above this line, which makes no sense whatsoever. You got to click at the top of their portrait because, you know, reasons, I guess. Not all of our characters are max leveled. Like Gurney could use some more leveling here, but we're also a little bit low on funds, so I don't think that's going to be happening before we march on. As we take a look at our provisions, I think I should be able to make this work as a short mission with just like a single stack of food. With 2 shovels, could have stood to bring an extra one the last time. Oh well, that's on me. I don't think we need that much anti-venom in the ruins, but I could be wrong. Let me think about that. Are there any enemies that do blighty things? I don't think there are. Also don't think bandages are super necessary. You know what? I'm going to bring no anti-venom and like 2 bandages in case you run into cultists that could cause us to bleed. I think that'll be okay. And then we'll get like 2 medicinal herbs, 2 keys, and 2 holy water. So a pretty light haul all in all, and 8 torches should be able to get a short mission in the bag without too much trouble. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. Let's get things underway. The weak link in our chain is, of course, our abomination. He is underleveled to be here. He's probably going to complain about that as soon as we set foot inside the ruins themselves. So he's going to get a nice little stress boost.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Yeah, just right away, he's going to be coming in here with a little bit of extra stress as the area is too high of a level for him. Thankfully, he dodged that, though, so that goes pretty well. Oh, no. I think we still get the boost from using it. We just don't get, like, the greatest boost that we could have gotten, so that's unfortunate. Lock display case, we can key. Is it worth the price of a key? It is certainly worth the price of a key. Okay. That is a little bit of good news in these dark times. So I'm always for it. Okay. Lovely. We're surprised. Now this is a party that does not handle shuffling in the most elegant of ways. It's going to do a ton of damage. Okay. So what I really need, he only moves forward 1. I don't just want to play hopscotch with our Hellion. So I'm actually just going to use Absolution from the back, which is a little bit of a waste. It does remove some stress from him, so it's not like a complete waste. but it's not the greatest thing I've ever done. This, however, I feel a lot better about. Alright, so it's probably going to take us like 2 turns to get him anywhere that he does us any good. It'd be worthwhile to stun both of these guys. I kind of think... You know what? If... that was kind of a low roll. I was hoping that would be higher. If it had been, that might have been worth it. Stunning 2 of them to, like, use 1 character turn to remove 2 enemy turns, that's probably a worthwhile trade. But, you know, these things happen. Alright. And that's more or less now where we need to be. Okay. Let's do another hack here.
Continue the onslaught.
Get rid of one of them.
All.
Take way more damage than I'm comfortable with. And then get a little bit of damage out there. Alright. Mr. Axe Blade. And we're, of course, debuffed. Wonderful. Tell you what. I'm going to stun you. You're going to resist it, so never mind. I'm going to get you onto the point of dying. Alright, and then, you know what? I'll just go ahead and move one more time there so that I get you to take that hit for us. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm thinking we combine that with Iron Swan.
How quickly the tide turns.
Take way more damage than I'd like. Okay. Things could be going better right now. I'm not denying that. However, that lands awesome, which means that if that would have landed, he would have died before jabbing us with a bayonet. Thankfully, that still missed, though. So that actually went pretty well. Oh, man, so fast. Okay. Well, luckily they got themselves into kind of a terrible rotation with bayonet jabs there. I am therefore going to take that opportunity to heal. That worked out surprisingly well.
By inches.
And all he can do is a bayonet jab from here. Even taking 5 damage, I would probably have to say that is worth it. Alright. A little bit of damage here. We're basically going to end up stalling for a turn. I guess you need the most, but I think the heal from Gurney is probably going to get you sorted. Yeah, totally okay. And I guess we do another heal. If you're going to give us the opportunity, we might as well take it. And then we'll just smash him in the face with a grenade. All right.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Yeah, our pride has not gotten too triumphant. I'm going to move her up so that she can use Battlefield Bandage on herself, which she can't do from the 4th rank. And then Heirloom Chest is, like, not even worth it when I have no use for heirlooms. So I am just going to walk by it.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Alright, we can say a little prayer for the decorative urn. Definitely get our money's worth out of that. And not quite make it to the end of the hallway. Are you kidding me with the surprises right now? Okay. Tempting Goblet. Wonderful. You know what? This is a fantastic time to stun both of these guys. Man, that is so unfortunate. Just, do we move her back? I think we have to. I would like to get some healing on her, but I don't think it's like more important than us actually killing enemies that are in our faces right now. That's going to do 10 damage to him before he gets a chance to do anything, which I love the thought of. More tempting goblets. Okay. Not too bad. Now she is debuffed, and these guys are now getting 40 stun resist for that. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna do it again. Even if it only gets one of them, I think it's worth it, and it actually did just get one of them. And then slather these other two guys with a little bit of beast bile.
Press this advantage.
There we go.
Give them no quarter.
I very much do not like Mr. Stressful throwing, I don't know, very scary wine at us, apparently. But I think I would like him to just not be in this fight anymore. And stacking that blight will mean he dies before he does anything else to us, which I'm totally okay with. Now, only goes forward back one. So, we'll blight here. We will move back. That'll give her an opportunity to at least heal herself one time. And then... That's unfortunate. Okay, 7. I can live with 7. And then... You're gonna die, and now you're gonna die?
Death.
Awesome.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Battlefield Medicine is not gonna do it for her. So I'll just go ahead and use the heal, and then we'll waste a turn so that hopefully we can do some more Battlefield bandages.
Slowly.
Nah,
Gently.
not quite.
This is how a life is taken.
The game had other plans for us, alas. Alright, let's see if we could maybe keep our party in the order we want them in. What a novel concept. Wouldn't that just be swell if our party fought in the order we want them to be? You know what? I actually really like the idea of blighting 2 of these guys every turn rather than transforming him into a beast. Oh, so fast. Why are you just stacking all of the things? The actions remaining 1, like that feels totally superfluous with the little thing also there. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe if you're like, well, what does that mean? And you need it explained to you, it tells you. But it kind of feels like once it tells you one time, you would never need it to tell you that ever again. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky now. Ugh, that's kind of a terrible dodge. Doesn't quite... Oh, it does make up for it. Okay. Ow. Less okay with that. 20, take an 8, or let's go with the stun back here. Lovely. Okay.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I agree. That weapon is pretty great. I'll start a little bit of healing to you. And then a little bit more blighting for both of these guys. Awesome. Okay, so now he dies without getting another action. I'm super on board with that. That does way more damage than I'd like it to. Okay. Continue to stack blight, and Gurney just heal
As the fiend
everything.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And some more heals. Okay. And then we'll try for the stun here. And we land it. Awesome. Okay. He is kaput. So we should be able to take him out before he does anything to us again. Which means... I'm gonna self-heal there. Probably that is okay to do. Alright. Just something to keep him alive for a second.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Was really hoping, again, for the opportunity to Battlefield Bandage, but did not get it. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Sarcophagus is just loot with nothing. Okay, 100 gold. I can live with 100 gold. And then we start backtracking. One thing I did want to bring up in the video is, so I haven't been able to pay as much attention to the YouTube channel over the last few weeks as I would like to. We are going to get a random encounter while backtracking. That's a little unfortunate. Hopefully it's not a slavering ghoul. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We're stacking our blight now. Ugh. And that is a decent time to resist. They stun you? We can stun you. Okay. Man, you get plus 80 off of the 1. So that's like different characters now get a different amount of stun resist off that. Because plus 80 is just downright huge. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, not quite as much time as I would normally like to get. I would, however, like to say I am super encouraged by seeing how much activity is still going on the channel. I love to see you guys comment, even if I'm not responding to them. I do read all of the comments. A lot of times, if I'm not able to like sit down at the computer and really like go over everything, it'll mean that I'm checking
Their formation is
YouTube
broken.
from
Maintain the offensive.
my cell phone. And you know, it's an awkward sort of thing to be replying to dozens of comments on my mobile, but I do see them all, and I love seeing you guys like talking to each other and really starting a discourse about like the game, and hey, you should have been doing this thing differently here, should have retreated from this battle, you could have, you know, not died in a fire had you done this differently. That kind of stuff, like I get super excited to see that going on, and I hope that the channel continues to grow and become more and more of that as time goes on. Ugh, that's kind of lame. Okay, well, you're gonna die anyway. Probably should have done this sooner, but let's just heal here. Lovely. You've taken a ton of stress damage. And then we'll just spread, like, wow, a critical heal from Battlefield Medicine. Totally okay with that. Strike a corpse and hope that we get an opportunity to bandage. And you are so slow. Okay.
Perhaps the turning point.
Well, that's fine. Of course, the views on the channel have gone down ever so slightly. Right, I'm backtracking. I've already interacted with that curio before, which is to be expected. You know, I'm putting out less videos, so you know, less views. That's how math works, right? But I am totally glad to see like the commentary continuing.
Mind that such missteps are the exception and not the rule.
And the discussions can continue on the channel even without that kind of daily content coming out, and that's really cool to see. I enjoy that. I hope you guys like appreciate or are enjoying the kind of community that's being fostered here. I hope that Alright, hopefully I remembered to edit out that wrenching cough that just happened. Otherwise, past me is really lazy and you heard it anyway.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
I agree. We should probably answer the assault. I think most of the time, my channel attracts a certain type of viewership, and although I get, visits from extremely juvenile commenters from time to time, they generally tend to just do a little bit of a drive-by, and then we never see or hear from them ever again. So as corners of the internet are concerned, this one happens to manage to foster a relatively sane and adult level of discourse, and I think that's pretty awesome that can happen. So keep it up, YouTubes. Continue to be adults in your internet decisions, and talk to other people like human beings. I appreciate having a little bit of my faith in humanity restored. Now, I moved Gurney because she was the one that had taken more damage, and I was going to get some heals off with her, and then, of course, Riviere just gets slapped with, like, a terrible attack. This resists, I don't love it. I don't love that either.
As life ebbs,
okay.
terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Yeah, the vistas, they are terrible. Okay, we can't heal her this turn anyway. That's kind of my thought here. Gonna take 10. If I can do 5, he'll die, though.
Their cursed champion falls.
I think that was the right choice. If he would have targeted her again, she could have died. Also, 0 HP and 99 stress, which is just wonderful. That piled on so quick. Okay, so we got him back to this. She'll be able to do a little bit of bandaging. Things will turn out okay. Alright. We're gonna be fine. Somehow. We're somehow gonna be fine. So, this is a medicinal herb. Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Not exactly the greatest reward, but it was something. Now, we do get a scout. Scout tells us there is a room fight coming up after a hallway battle. Okay. And also that we cannot survive another hunger event. Now, just right out of the gate, right? Okay.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Oh, sweet. That was so wonderful. Okay. I gotta get her off death's door. Like, I think that's priority number 1. She could take just an errant attack from somebody, and her powerfulness would be wasted. What would be, like, kind of nice from my perspective is that if the virtue would, like, negate the death's door debuff, she's losing... Yeah. She's losing accuracy, gaining overall on damage, because that's increasing. I really wish it would tell me everything about it. And then speed and stress damage. So her speed is down because of the Death Sword debuff, and stress damage isn't exactly a modifier we can see from there, but oh well. I wish, like, becoming powerful, because in my experience anyway, Death's Door and stress reaching critical mass are so incredibly intertwined. Like, maybe a waste. If specifically if the stress levels start to get that high, like, Death's Door might not be too far away. If you do find yourself landing on Death's Door a whole lot, there's probably a really good chance you're about to get stressed out. Such power. It has infected us all. Oh, wow, it has infected us all. That is huge. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let us blight you again, because I feel like with the damage buff, we're easily going to be able to take him down in one hit. And then if I could land a stun so that I feel super comfortable about what's going on, which I do, that means I can just start stacking bandages on Riviere and do so with a clean conscience. Awesome. Alright, and her health is totally back. Alright. That was surprisingly okay. But, you know, like, I feel like there's a narrative that kind of fits there with if reaching death's door, I don't know, is that supposed to be a physical debuff? Like, is that you were injured and so you're shrugging off injury? You know, plus 10% stress damage? Like, some of that's got to be psychological or meant to be psychological. You know, let's go ahead and get our radiant light.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
So it sort of feels like to me that if you responded to that stress by becoming powerful, you know, maybe you could ignore some of that. I don't know, like maybe the Death's Door debuff is just purely from a mechanical perspective. It makes all of the sense, and that's the idea. I do actually think that's what's going on there. From a game design perspective, is that going to be not quite enough? I think we're just going to keep to the healing for now. Like that needs to be a high priority for at least a little while.
Ringing ears.
Especially if things like that are going to happen.
The end approaches.
One thing that the Death's Door debuff, which is very fun to say, by the way.
Teetering on the brink.
Great.
Facing the abyss.
Just great. Ooh. Wow. Our speed is terrible. Are you alright? Yeah. Oh, please. Please. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Okay. You're taking 8. You're dead either way. 13, 3. So I tell you what. Let's get you off of Death's Door there. Okay. So what I was going to try to say is that the Death's Door debuff, from a design perspective, what I feel like it does is if... Oh, man. All flesh fails in the fullness of time. Indeed. I'll tell you what. Stunning you makes the most sense. Yeah. Because you could potentially kill somebody. And then killing you makes the next most sense, as these two guys are going to die anyway. Taken at face value, the Death's Door debuff just makes the game harder. I really wish that stun would have landed. But what I really think it allows you to do is it allows you to make the game, like if you implement this debuff and then you also back the difficulty off just a little bit, which is kind of what the most recent tuning patch sort of did. Alright, so he's going to get one more action. Not too bad. I can live with that. Alright, and then we just try to toss out as many heals as we can here. Anybody getting the heal received? Both of us are. 6, 5. Since he can heal himself, we'll let her heal herself as well. You're dead either way. So if you implement the Death's Door recovery...
This expedition at least promises success.
Hey, awesome. Let's continue adventuring for just a second. Probably long enough to walk out to here. Empty. Can we do another fight? Do we want to do another fight? I'm thinking about it. And I think the answer is no. I think that would be a little foolish. He who dares wins. Alright. we're going to do one more fight. Okay, not terrible. Twitching maggots should go down all easy peasy style. And then it's just the slavering ghoul. Of course, he is the guy who basically kicked our ass a minute ago. Yep, with attacks like that. So wonderful. Okay, let me finally get out this thought process. So we're going to ignore the gameplay for just a second here. What adding the debuff does when you then scale back your difficulty just a little bit is it means that you really blind fired. Oh, it can do 6 to 12 there. 4 to 7, 4 to 8. Let's blind fire and actually hope for the maggot. We didn't get it, but you know, these things happen. It makes your difficulty curve change a little bit. It lets the player like see that the end is coming with a little bit more advanced warning, right? It allows you to get into situations where you are pushing forward but see that the odds are getting really stacked against you. That if like all of your characters racked up a Death's Door debuff, I do not have any bandages, that's really unfortunate, and you're telling yourself like, oh, I'm gonna keep pushing forward. If you do what I'm doing right now, right, like you say, well, 2 of my characters have debuffs to their accuracy, damage, and speed, and are taking added stress damage, but I'm gonna press on. Like, you know what you're getting yourself into at that point. Like, you see the risk that you're taking. Whereas without that, what do I want to do here? I'm actually going to take an opportunity to heal with him because I think I can easily kill with her.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Such a wonderful line. Without that, you know, if you don't have the debuff from Death's Door as a mechanic in your game, then to achieve the same level of difficulty, like to complete a mission, it means that the difficulty will feel a little bit spikier, right? Like that the randomness of it all will seem to kind of be brought out.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Because then the only way for you to die is sort of to, quote, die suddenly. That actually is crazy good for rewards. We got 1 level 4, and Booty makes it 2 level 3. Awesome. Also picks up Hard Skinned. That's probably worth locking in. Oh, if only Slugger was not on our ranged Plague Doctor. Oh well, these things happen. With the implementation as it is, like, you get the opportunity to sort
Trouble
of...
yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
You get the opportunity to sort of see your end approaching you, and that makes the game easier in a way that sounds strange at first glance, like that a mechanic like a Death's Door debuff could make the game easier, but I do actually think that's what's happening. Okay. Love it. Remove Dud Hitter. Locked in, unyielding. Neville finally went in and prayed. She got a bunch of stress relief, removed her selfish, and Lovett decided to finally stop drinking, as he'd been in there for 2 weeks of his own accord, and he is now prepared for what lies below. You know, if I had that much bourbon in me, I'd probably be prepared for anything as well. All right, we do need to send this little crew. Notice they actually stay queued up, like, for your next adventure, which is kind of nice. Like, more than I'm going to take them back out again being my thought, what it shows is, like, who did I just take out? And they're sort of marked so that I can immediately see them and immediately get their stress relief all sorted out. Thankfully, we came back with a pretty decent reward, so I'm thinking we should be able to get everybody de-stressing, have some diseases removed, all that kind of stuff with no problem, and we'll be ready to strike back out again next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more on the channel, probably every other day right now. If you've got anything to say about this video, feel free to leave a comment below. All our discussion about difficulty levels and spikes and the death door mechanic, I would love to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you guys next time.